The nerds, a lot of y'all have been getting errors with loading in that data or those CSVs into our tables. And so in this video, we're gonna fix that. The solution is super simple, I promise you. So a lot of y'all are getting this error right here. Could not open file, it specifies the file name, for reading, permission denied. And the issue is this: whenever we're trying to run this copy command and specify a file path, unfortunately, Postgres, although you think it has access to it, it doesn't have access to this file or to certain locations. Anyway, we're gonna fix this because instead what we're gonna do is run these /copy commands, but they're run more in a terminal environment, vice running it via a SQL query. Anyway, we're gonna ahead of ourselves. Let's jump into how we're gonna do this. Oh, and also one thing, actually, before we jump into this, is if you're getting any type of error, like in the case of you're getting this duplicate key value violates unique constraint company dim p key, or any other error, just follow this. I guarantee you this is gonna fix it. The first thing we need to do is drop the database. It's most likely corrupted. We just need to start all over. So we're gonna get rid of it. So what I'm gonna do is navigate to that first create database file, and conveniently in here, we have drop database if exists SQL course. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that comment on it. I'm gonna open up SQL tools, and right now we're connected to SQL course. You can't be connected to a database you're about to drop. So I'm gonna go ahead and select Postgres to select another one. And we're connected to Postgres. We can see the green dot, but we also need to select this red icon right here to disconnect from it so it grays out. Okay, now we can run this command of drop database if exists. I'm gonna run Command D. Should take a little bit of time if you did get data into there. If you get an error while trying to drop it, such as this, database SQL course is being accessed by other users, make sure you're not also accessing it through something like pgAdmin, because right now I am. So I'm just gonna right click SQL course in pgAdmin and select something like disconnect from database. It asks me if I want to. Yeah, I want to. That may not be an issue for you, just in case you do. Anyway, I'm gonna run this drop database again, Command D. This time it drops it with no issue. If I try to double click on SQL course to connect to it, it says error opening connection, does not exist. And if you have pgAdmin open, I can right click the databases and click refresh and see that SQL course is no longer in there. We complete step one, we'll move on to step two to repeat steps to create the database and load the table schemas. So first thing I want to do is create the database by selecting this all, pressing Command D, Command E. It worked just fine. Now I can go into SQL tools and I want to connect to it. And we never remove the connection from it. So I'm just going to click it and I have now a green dot saying that I'm connected to it. Then from here, I'm going to go into that create tables. I'm going to select all the contents of this. Run Command D, and it ran through all the different commands. I can then double check that all those tables were created by navigating into here. And then I want to check to make sure were all those columns created for all the different tables by diving into this, and they're all good. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do are steps 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna open pgAdmin, and then we're gonna navigate to the SQL course, right click it, and select PSQL tools. So inside of pgAdmin, I'm not seeing SQL course, so I'm gonna right click it and refresh it. It's now showing up. I'm gonna connect to it so it turns that gold color. And then I'm going to right click it and go into PSQL tools. Now PSQL tools is a terminal access window into our database. So we're running terminal commands here, not SQL commands, so they're different. So these copy commands right here are no good. Instead, we have to run these /copy commands that we've written right here. And with that, we need to get into step 6, where it's to get the absolute file path of your CSV file, wherever they are, and paste them into the location in these copy files. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the file path, go to my CSV files, find my company dim CSV file, right click it, and select copy path. Then inside of here for the copy company dim one, inside of these single quotes right here, all inside of it, I'm gonna go ahead and paste it by pressing Command V or Control V if you're on Windows. Make sure, double check this file path, make sure it's correct. Now we need to do this for all the rest. Skills dim, job postings fact, and skills job dim. And you can do this once again by just right clicking, copy the path, and then pasting it into here. Notice I did an error here. I did job postings fact in skills dim. It needs to be the skills dim one. So I updated appropriately to skills dim. The other thing about this is the CSV files have to be on your local computer. So like your desktop or your documents cannot be in OneDrive or in the cloud. It needs to be local or you'll get an error. All right, so I've gone through and filled out all the different file paths with this. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take these one by one. So I'm gonna take this first copy command for company dim. You have to do this in order. And I'm gonna come up to the SQL course. I'm going to paste it in and then press enter. And what I see is it says copy 140,033. That's how many rows there are in that database. Next, I'm going to do skills dim, and it was only 259 rows. Then I'm going to do job postings fact. There's a little bit more data, so it takes a little bit more time. But in this one, we entered in 787,000 rows. And then finally, we're going to do skills job dim. And this one took the longest because it's 3.6 million rows, but I see that it copied in perfectly fine. Now, also as good practice, what you can do is you could run a select count star on each one of these tables. So I'm gonna run it on each of these tables, running Command E, and I can then scroll through and verify for each one of these again, okay, all of these have the expected amount of row count that I expect to see. All right, so apologize about that last issue, but you're going to have these type of issues come up from time and time again, so you need to be able to how to troubleshoot it. Personally, for me, I use ChatGPT in order to solve this issue, and I recommend you do the same for any future issues you run into.